Today, I don't have any guests. It is just me going over a few tips like I promised on some of the best tips that I have for finding new leads or finding some new deals, stuff that may already be in your pipeline or maybe right in front of you. If anyone's got any tips, tricks, input, questions, please do feel free to chime in. I just published the document so you guys have it. But I'm going to start rolling through. These are things that I actually do in my market, some really timely things that I think could help anyone out, whether you're new or seasoned. The first one that I want to get to, this is one that I put on with a lot of new guys. They're not really familiar with this one. Go to your county, go to Zillow, go to rentals, and go to things that are currently for rent. Reason why is because they're going to give you a bunch of rentals, stuff that's listed by property managers, stuff that's listed by realtors, but then there's this little golden section, and not even a section, you have to filter through the results yourself. But at the bottom of the description, it says listed by property owner. The beautiful part is it gives you their direct line and their full name right under that. So it's probably, I would guess, 6 out of 10 that are going to be listed by that property owner. But what you want to do is find the ones that have been listed for more than 30 days. If there's a ton, go back even further and look at the ones that have been listed over 90 days ago. But now, in this market right here, if they've listed it for 30 days, if they've listed it for 90 days, they try to rent it, guess what? They're sitting on an asset that is not cash flowing for them. So they might be open to selling it. The second point in this is, if it's a landlord, they're giving you most likely their cell right there, so you don't even have to skip trace them. You can just call them right then. You can text them right then. And then the third point to that is, as a landlord, they probably don't have just one property. So if they have a vacant unit, A, it may have been mismanaged, but B, they may want to sell it. So call them up, text them, drop them RVMs, email them, do whatever you have to get in touch with those guys. But it's a really, really strong gold nugget that some people overlook because it sounds too easy. But I'm telling you, go on Zillow and go rent. Look at the stuff for rent in your area. Search whatever sort of geography that you want to search, and look at those ones that have been on there listed for longer than 30 days and listed by the property owner. Go there and do that if you're searching for some extra leads. Tip number 2 that I want to share with you guys is use your CRM. As you guys know, I use Podio. Use your CRM to send a seasonal or a timely or a relevant SMS or RVM to them. I've just been sending out, I've been getting our VAs, and I've been sending out a bunch of season or timely RVMs to them talking about the coronavirus. Just checking in with them, saying, hey, I want to check back in with you. You told me to call back in the spring, but with all this corona madness, I'm not even sure if you're looking to sell. If you are, give me a call back. Gotten really, really good response from that. It's not a hard push, but I'm just tapping into my database that I already have, thousands and thousands of people, and just texting them or sending an RVM with a timely message. So it may be something as it relates to springtime, as it relates to corona, as it relates to the month, whatever it may be. But go back and send a timely message. And I say timely because I've seen a huge response when I send out mass texts. If I put something in there about the current timing of the market, about the season, about corona, something about their neighborhood, something that clues them in to think that it's not just a mass text. So again, put something timely in there about the spring, about corona, about the month, something like that. You'll see your response rate go through the roof if you can do that. If you don't have a CRM, go try Easy Button CRM. It's Amy's partner, Don. He runs Beast Mode. That is a free version. So a lot of people are.
Hey, Josh, it's easybuttonrei.com.
Easy Button REI. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Easy Button REI. Go there. They have a free Podio version, so there's really no excuse not to have any sort of CRM. I've talked to too many people who are still not tracking their leads well, and you have to manage your funnel. You have to manage your leads very, very well. Tip number 3 for you guys. This is something I shared with my mastermind a while back, and people were kind of like mind blown at how simple it is and how they hadn't really thought of it before. I'm a big fan of sending automated follow-up sequences inside of Podio. Beast Mode does that natively, but I'm sure others do as well. Once you've established contact with a lot of your leads, so don't do this as your first text. Do not do this as your first text. After you've already sent a few texts and they'll recognize the number, one thing that I like to do is send a shortened link of a YouTube video of myself to them. So of me, I'm in Baltimore. I have one walking from Ravens Stadium in the background and then Orioles Stadium in front of me. And so it's as I'm walking from one game to the next, I'm taking a video of myself, and it's just like, you're probably wondering like who I am and why I keep sending you all these texts. Well, I just wanted to introduce myself because I'm Josh and I live in the same market that you do. I live in Baltimore, and I just wanted to let you know a little bit about myself. I live in Baltimore, I'm from Baltimore, my kids go to school in Baltimore, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Whatever you want to say as an introduction. But the real magic in that is they're going to call you, they're going to remember you, and they're going to call you on their timeline then. It's going to be such an icebreaker that when you talk to them, they're going to say, it feels like I already know you. Because after people have watched my video, I've talked to so many people now where I've closed the deal, where they say, before I even talked to you, I just felt like I knew you because I had seen you before and I'd heard your voice. And so if you can attack them from all different angles, but they can see your face on the computer screen or on their phone, if they can hear your voice from a voicemail or an RVM, and then you're texting them, and then maybe you're dropping mail as well. But if you're hitting them from several angles, that's where the compound effect is really going to come in. So whatever the video looks like, I've even seen professional videos, or, I'm just pulling out my phone and just, filming like this, right? But whatever you do, make it a personal video, not a hard sell, just an intro about yourself. And I would do it with some sort of memorable, some sort of recognizable figure in the background or some landmark or something like that. So when someone looks at it, they're like, oh shit, like stop the scroll because, it's got my state flag or whatever it may be. So again, go film a short video of yourself, just very personalized. Take Bitly, shorten it down, and then put it into your automation sequence inside of your follow-up. The fourth tip I have for you guys, this is a really killer one too. I don't know if anyone has heard this one before, raise your hand after this, or say yes or something in the chat box. But everyone around, there's 22 of us on here live right now. I would bet at least 60% of us have carrot sites, right? Shake your head if you have a carrot site. Yeah, see a lot of head shaking, right? Okay, everyone's got a carrot site. So when you get carrot sites, what I want you to do is go find your competitors. Go find the people who are actually moving deals in your city. Whatever their site is, erase it down to the .com, put /property/ enter. It's going to take you to their deal page. You don't have to opt in. You don't have to give them their info. They don't even have to know who you are. But if they got a carrot site and you just do /property/ it's going to show you all of their properties. Well, why am I telling you this? Because if you're finding the top 10, 20% of the players in your market who are actually moving deals and you have access to their deals, introduce yourself if you haven't already and reverse wholesale those deals to your buyers list. So if you have, in my market right now, if I have someone looking in Baltimore County and they want something that has a $220,000 to $250,000 after repair, I can go to these top 20 wholesalers, right? Reverse wholesale their deals, get their permission, of course, but save some of their properties, save some of the pictures, save the info, just copy and paste it, right? And then send it to them on your own, from your own site or on your own email. There's a lot of power in reverse wholesaling, especially in today's market, guys. If you're struggling to find deals on your own, no worries. If you got buyers, go out and reverse wholesale these deals to them. There's going to be a lot of deals out there. And if you know who the players are in your market, you should have a menu to pick from of these deals. Anyone else heard that? Give me a thumbs up if you knew you could just like directly access. No. Nobody gave me thumbs. Amy gave me thumbs up. There she is. All right, there's number 4, guys. Number 5. This is a really good one. If you guys have Podio, you should be using Chrome, in my opinion, but go get the Chrome extension Power Tools. If you don't have that yet, go get Power Tools. It's a free Chrome extension, and it works seamlessly with Podio. So if you're going to go in and just, for instance, inside of beast mode, here's a few things that I like to do. I can quickly filter. You can use it to filter, or you can use it to do things in bulk. But you can quickly filter out leads based on year or month by zip code, which you can do a lot of this native in Podio. But you can filter out, do mass filters to filter out, when it was imported into your Podio or it's created. Things like the location, things like the motivation, things like the type of lead, and then you can start to filter by category tags. So inside of my Podio, I have vacant, I have cash flow, I have owner occupied, I have short sale possibility, I have pre-foreclosure. I have all the exit strategies as category tags. I also have things like free and clear, or high equity, or underwater. So I have all these things inside of category tags, and Power Tools will enable you to quickly filter and then even tag those people or add them to new campaigns. So go get Power Tools. Another one, if anyone has beast mode, here's another one that I love to do. Get your quick SMS buttons set up from Don. Don will set up your quick SMS buttons. It's a native thing in there, not set up out of the box because he doesn't want people to abuse it. But you go to use your quick SMS buttons. Now, that'll be like a blanket text, right? It's not personalized. It's just a blanket text. So for instance, it's like, hey, my name is Josh. I think I keep missing you. I think you were looking to sell. Give me a call back, right? Whatever the blanket text is, with Power Tools, you can go in and use a filter or use any campaign that you have, tag every one of those people or select every one of those people, and then quick SMS. So you can send up to 100, 125 texts at a time to all of your leads inside of your views, inside of your database. So it's awesome that you can use Sherpa. It's awesome that you can use Launch Control and Batch and all these guys to send out a lot of cold text. But if you haven't been using some sort of mass text for your leads yet, let me tell you, you're missing out on the power of a good CRM, just like Beast Mode. So inside of Beast Mode and many others, you can send these texts and you can set it up however you want. But if you couple that with Power Tools, it takes your what you can do with campaigns and tagging and such to a new level. And then it also takes your outreach via SMS or RVM to a new level, because then you can just really personalize and get it quick. You guys getting good value out of this so far? Give me a thumbs up if you got something so far. All right, cool, awesome. Thank you. All right, number 6. I'm gonna open this up in just a few minutes. Number 6, PropStream. If you guys haven't used PropStream, they're improving that bad boy every day. It's like 5 times better than when I even started on it like 4 months ago. I'm gonna have Paul, one of the owners of PropStream, on here in the next few weeks. But if you're just starting out or you're looking to add to your database, you have to have PropStream. It's not perfect. It's not the most accurate data there ever was. I'm not making any claims for it that way, but it's the only software out there that I know of where you can get buyer and seller leads. On the seller side, you can narrow down to so many different types of motivations, whether it be pre-foreclosure, liens. I think they even do some probates in some cases. Vacant, absentee, equity, like all these things, right? I'm going to get a code from Paul where we can get, I think, 25,000 records a month you can download. But for sellers, it's huge, but then also for buyers. That's how we're quickly adding to our buyers database. And then I have my VAs reach out to them via email or via phone and try to identify those A-plus buyers in your market that are actually paying in cash and actually still buying today. So if you haven't used PropStream, I couldn't recommend it highly enough. All right, guys, here's a bonus one, number 7. This is the last one that I have for you today. I'll review them all and then open it up for questions, discussion, and masterminding. The last one, I came to this realization in the past year, but I didn't know how to use the MLS. And let me tell you, there is a fuck ton that you can get from the MLS. In my market, here's a few good things that I use it to do. I pull $0 transfers and inherited properties. I'm pulling never listed on the MLS before. I'm also pulling agents who represent cash buyers in here, agents who represent any properties that are distressed that you're looking for that may not be able to move those. And then one of the best ones that I'm using that I don't know if anybody else like you guys are using, but I'm using it to actually pull agents' cell phone numbers and email addresses so that I can send them RVMs for any deals that I have and to have them bring deals to me. So again, use the MLS. I listed several ways that you guys can use it there, but I think the most powerful way on the seller side is to find $0 transfers or properties that have never been sold. Some of the most powerful lists that I pull are from there. And then on the buyer side, I am pulling agents in a tight radius. So I'm looking at where I have properties and pulling their cell phone to send them RVMs. Just saying, hey, I found you on Zillow. It looks like you're a real estate agent. and I just wanted to see if, you know, you might have a buyer for this property I'm looking to sell. And if you guys don't know this, real estate agents are lead whores. And if they hear lead, if they hear you found me on Zillow, they're going to call you back. So build your message around not making it seem spammy. But there's a ton of value in being able to pull agents' phone numbers, specifically their cell phones and their emails, and using it for RVM and email blasts. So we have a few people that just jumped in. I'm getting some comments here in the chat. We have a few people that just jumped in, so I quickly want to review the 7 really quick. And then I did publish the document for you guys too to see. So number 1, go back to Zillow for rent. Pull any zip codes in your area. Call the people that have listed it for sale by owner. A lot of the deals that we've picked up in the last year are people that own 4 or more properties and they listed this way on Zillow. They're too cheap for a property manager. They're too cheap for tenant placement. And if the property's been sitting for a month or more, they're not getting any cash flow. So they probably have some motivation. Number 2, use your CRM to send a seasonal, timely, or applicable SMS or RVM. Right now, you should be sending stuff around the coronavirus, letting them know that you're still buying virtually, letting them know you're still interested, not sure if they're interested in selling. Number 3, go and use your CRM. In your follow-up sequence, send a shortened YouTube link, introduction, something very passive about you or your company or how you can help people who might have a situation like theirs. So again, in my video, I mentioned I help everyone from a probate or a death to a divorce to a bankruptcy to a fire, bad tenants, floods. I just go through and I name cases where I help, because then people are going to self-identify and get back in touch with you. Number 4, again, if you don't know, everyone that has a carrot site, if you just go to their basic URL, the .com, erase everything else and just put /property, enter, it will take you to their deal page. You'll be able to see all of their current deals without having to opt in. Reverse wholesale these deals to your buyers. Number 5, if you're using Podio as your CRM, go get the Chrome extension tool called Power Tools. Power Tools is extremely powerful. It's completely free, and it'll allow you to amplify your outbound marketing if you use Podio. Number 6, get on PropStream. It'll help you build out your database. If you don't have a PropStream, if you don't have a strong database, the number 1 thing that I can suggest to you today is to get PropStream. You're going to get a ton of credits to find both motivated sellers and cash buyers. And then number 7 is dive deep into your MLS. We're all using different versions of the MLS, but to use the MLS, I'm using it to pull agents' emails and cell phones for email, SMS, and RVM, and then pulling a lot of other good lists that people are overlooking or paying for. There's no need to pay for it if it's on the MLS. There's a lot of really good lists. My best ones on there are inherited, $0 sale, and never listed on the MLS. You can find all those in there. And I just found a way to pull all of the multifamily commercial listings in my area too. So MLS is super powerful. Spend some time in there, or find a local guru in your market who knows the MLS and how to use it. That's all my 7, guys. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you got any questions. Let me know which ones you guys want to talk about. Tried to bring you the ones that you can implement today and that are either really cheap or free. Hope I did a good job. No, I've never used REI. What is it? Remind. Oh, Remind. Yeah, I've used Remind a little bit before. It seems to be pretty good. They have a sales score on there that I'm trying out right now. What's up? What's up? Who's got a question?
Sorry, Josh, what are you talking about with the $0 transfer? Sorry, I just joined late. My dog needed a...
No worries at all. So inside of our MLS are public records, right? So it's, like the tax record in our MLS. But I can go to property records, and then you can pull up any address to see wherever you go to pull the tax record inside of your MLS, right? Go there, and you can look up any property, or you can look up any street, format it however you want. In mine, let me see if I can pull it up and share my screen. In mine, there is a way where I can pull $0 transfers. That means the title was transferred from one owner to the other with a sale price of $0. In most instances, this means it's an interfamily transfer or someone inherited that property. In a lot of these instances, the people don't want the property.
Oh, I've even seen that on PropStream. They sometimes list that it's some type of interfamily transfer.
Yes, indeed. So I'm going to show you guys one of the most powerful searches that I do. Here, I'm going to share my screen. Let me know when you can see it.
So what was the point of if it's a interfamily transfer? Or what? Why are they more motivated? Just because it's in their inherited property they might not want?
Exactly, exactly. So they probably got it when someone else passed away and they might not want it. Can you guys see my screen now? Can anyone see my screen? Give me a thumbs up if you can see it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So here, this is where I would go. In my MLS, it's search and then property records. And here, what I'm doing is I am going to go sale amount, $0, right? And then it's going to give me a bunch of records. I have 5,000 plus records here. Here's a few more options that I like to play with in my own market. So these are 4 options that you can also stack on top of that same search. Corporate owned, has an MLS record, condo, or owner occupied. So what I really like to do is $0 sale amount, corporate owned, no. MLS record, no. I say condo, no, and owner occupied, no. So these are now all properties that have been sold for $0. They've never been, it doesn't have an MLS record at all. And the person who owns it does not live there. It's absentee. So bam, it just gave me 5,000 records for my own market here in several states. But this gives you a huge database just to start from. Those $0 transfers, this is, this list right here was my best response for all of last year, and it was completely free. So I know there's some guys watching in my market. I'm not afraid to share that with you. Go get them.
Yeah, that was cool. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. I see a Neil in here. He's in my market too. What's up, buddy? Anyone got any tips for me? Do I need to know anything new?
Hey Josh, it's me and Neil.
What's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I actually, someone actually just shared this public record thing, and I was like, man, I've never even used MLS for any of this stuff. But he was actually searching, I think in Remind, where you can take the person's name and then search and then get their contact info. I don't know if it was just like from the MLS or where, so that way you don't have to necessarily pay for skip tracing again. Like you'll have, because I was using PropStream for like their unpaid balance. And then this also has like their original mortgage and the unpaid balance, because I use REI Pro and then PropStream, and then now I was looking at this and I was like, well, actually, if this is all free, why keep paying for all these other sources? So,
absolutely. I've only used Remind from the MLS, like it's linked here. So they're giving
Right.
all agents access from it. Is there another way to access it?
No, I haven't heard that. I mean, I think it's only been around for like 2 years, or it came to the MLS, became a part of the MLS like 2 years. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it hasn't been around that long, but
Yeah, so that's another good one, actually, guys. If you have the MLS, you should have access to Remind Pro. Remind Pro is starting to do a lot of predictive modeling. It's completely free, at least to my MLS, and they're doing a sales score. So you can search by area, by zip code, and then you can even search likelihood to sell. And they have low, medium, and high. Not exactly sure what goes into that scoring algorithm. We're testing it out yet and really haven't been able to find anything too definitive.
What was that called?
Remind Pro, R-E-M-I-N-E, Remind Pro.
Thanks.
Hey Josh, this is Thomas. I've used Podio Super Menu for bulk edits. Have you had a chance to look at that?
I have not.
Yeah.
So Power Tools was the only one I ever found, to be honest with you. And then it did everything that I wanted to. Is what's yours again?
Podio Super Menu.
Podio Super Menu. I've never heard of it. It does,
Yeah.
does like the same kind of things?
I think it's a little bit more advanced than this one. And
Okay.
I used it, and that's how I could even, you could go to, I'm not sure how many workspaces you have, but I have like 8 workspaces. From there, I could just click on the Podio sign and just brings me to wherever page I want to go to
Oh,
immediately.
really? Okay.
And also, what it comes out is like when you click on something and you go click on the super menu, it comes out like an Excel spreadsheet, and you can edit it through that way as well.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'll have to check that out. Podio Super Menu. Good one. Are you still using the custom Podio workspace?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm actually building it out even more.
Nice. That's fantastic. Do you see a lot of people acting differently when you approach them due to COVID-19? Yeah, I mean, you know what? I just asked one of my cold callers the other day, like, how much are you hearing about this? And he laughed, and I was like, what? And he goes, honestly, dude, you're the only one that talks about it. Most other people on the phone aren't even mentioning it. They're just like happy to talk to me about the property or not. And I've heard it maybe once or twice, but you're the one that keeps bringing it up. So I have not heard it a lot myself. Some people have said they want to put deals kind of on hold and they're not doing anything until after. I'm still trying to swing in there and get a lockbox on and get them to drop a key and then get a photographer to go take pictures. That's just what I'm doing. Some people are hesitant, but I haven't found too many yet. Any tips? A really good skip tracer, cheap and good data on Fiverr. RCI. I'm not sure who RCI is. Do you break down? How do you break down?
That was me.
Oh, okay. Now I'm using, like, I don't know, everyone's got their different opinion on skip tracing. I'm still using Batch. Batch has been just absolutely fantastic to us in terms of the quality of data that we get from them. I've used a few others, and it's all evolving pretty quickly. But what you guys should know is a lot of the skip tracing data that comes out is from the same sources. So it's either going to be TLO or IDI, or there's like one or two other sources that are the big owners of that data that are selling it to distributors. And so most of the stuff that you're going to get from a Sherpa or some of these other people that are passing it on is mostly the same stuff. It just comes down to pricing. I use Batch just because they're using several sources for that data, and where you get a negative skip trace, they're running it back through another database, and then they do it even a third now, I think. That's just why I use them. Sherpa for text, we're using Launch Control, trying out Batch a little bit. I would use IDI Core. I have not. Any tips on what to use for seller cold email marketing? That's from Nate. So for sellers, I haven't done much cold email marketing yet. That's something we're starting to collect now as a piece of standard information when we're first talking to them on the phone. But for sellers, that's not something I've done a whole lot cold. Has anyone else done a lot of seller cold email? Amy, you had said something about it.
Yeah, we're not doing a lot of seller, cold seller. We're going back through our follow-ups and re-engaging them by either text blasting them or email blasting them. And then with respect to buyers, we have a mess of a buyers list. It's just kind of, I mean, 1,100 people, but 1,100 people are not buying. So we've been spending some time cleaning that up. And then, like Thomas said, he's going back and engaging with his VIPs. Right now, everybody's a VIP to me. So we're hammering it. And the weirdest thing was I got maybe a 20% response when I text blasted them, but I just email blasted them and I'm getting like a 60% response. It's crazy. So I would say if you're working on your buyers list right now, you might want to, do it both ways, because I really thought the reverse was going to be true. I thought that texting was going to blow it out of the water, and it's been email. So
wow, that's awesome to know. Okay, leave it to my man Casey. Casey's always got a tool, but he said Mailshake. Casey's hanging out in like all these high-level Facebook groups, man, and he knows a lot of info here. What is Mailshake? I said for the data, it's Batch, BATCH, Batch skip trace. I have for DNC and Litigator, they have there's like cold, what is it? Blacklist Alliance, and then there's also Batch Litigator Scrub. I think both of those are free, I think. Cold email marketing, Snovio email tool, I'm not sure what that is. Good point from Anil again. The golden addresses from Sherpa are the golden addresses from your skip tracing. Guys, I can't say that enough, but use these golden addresses. The golden addresses, from what Jesse tells me and Evo tell me, are things that are reported back by credit companies. So it could be like a credit card company. It could be the new, it could be the car payment. But whenever a consumer reports back that they have a new mailing address, but have not changed their official mailing address, like haven't done the official change of address with the post office, that's a golden address. that also means that most other people skip tracing them are not mailing them at that golden address because it's new information. So if you have a golden address, you should absolutely be mailing that. Absolutely, absolutely. The Red X uses prospect for rent by owners. Oh yeah, I've used the Red X before. I haven't used them in quite a while. Casey, using them now?
Yeah, I am. I use Red X to pull. So I have a background in real estate as a realtor, and Red X has been around for a while, mainly for prospecting expireds. But they pull FRBOs also. But the nice thing is they pull from Zillow and other sites as well, and it includes phone numbers. So it's all kind of appended, so you can quickly export and import into your SMS campaigns, and off to the races.
How's the data for the phone numbers and such there?
It's really good.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's really good because it's not skip tracing. It's just pulling directly from the numbers that are listed on all the third-party sites.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so go check out the Red X. He's saying he does that for rent by owner, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, I put that as my #1 tip, specifically on Zillow for rent by owner, because I couldn't. It sounds like too easy to be true, but I'm telling you, it's a golden nugget. I couldn't believe how many motivated sellers I could pull just from going and finding private landlords on there that have been listed more than a month. A lot of these guys want to get out, especially if you can find ones that are over 70, 75 years old. These guys want out as quick as possible. And in a changing market like we're seeing, they don't want their cash to dry up. Go after those ones. Go after for rent by owner on Zillow. And then Casey even says on the Red X. In the MLS $0 transfers, are you checking residential only for prop class, or are you grabbing all property classes? Good point. I didn't put that in there, but I am going after residential only. So I'll go select that under property class because it will include a lot of other junk in there, a lot of stuff that's industrial, motels, like that kind of stuff. So definitely filtering out by property class there too. Good point, good point. Anyone got anything else to throw in? Any good tips you got that everyone else should know? Don't be shy, don't be shy. We got just a few minutes left and we're gonna hop off here. I appreciate everyone's time and do wanna respect that. Anybody else? All right, guys, going once, going twice. I appreciate everyone's time here. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this. I tried to add in some stuff that was cheap or free and that you could implement today. Remember, this is really important. I just heard this recently, but there are no $1 million ideas. There's only $1 million execution. The shit ain't gonna work unless you go work it itself. So get out there and go work it, guys.
Do you replay these, Josh?
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, Sam, what'd you say?
Do you replay these?
I will, yeah. I haven't posted, I just got a few comments you posted in this video. I will. I'm gonna put a little delay on this one. There's a lot of gold in this one. I'll send it around to you guys. I'm gonna go replay the other ones.
Yeah, cool.
I'm gonna add those in. I do have a lot of people in my market. I don't give a shit about sending it out to other people in my market because again, you gotta go execute on that. But absolutely, I'm not trying to set my own marketing list on fire by any means. But yeah, I'm absolutely gonna share this.
My fault showing up late. Sorry. Thank you.
No worries at all. Guys, thanks for showing up today. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you got a lot of value. If you did, please go invite a few people to the group. We're pushing 500 members just in like under 3 months now. Quite amazing. Really impressed by it. And I'm glad you guys are part of this community, man. Go out and execute. Talk to you guys soon, man. Have a great one.
Hey, Josh, actually, one more thing.
Go ahead.
I'm actually testing out the one that you just had. I think both the Podio Super Menu and this combined is great. The one that you just pointed out. Damn. The one that you recommended, that Podio device.
Power Tools.
Yeah.
So I posted I posted that document I think it's in the Documents tab in the group with the whole video explanation, or the whole explanation of what I just talked about with links and stuff. So go check that out. Thomas, I'd love to talk with you again more about, maybe layering those on top or put them in follow-up sequences, man. I'm always down to talk shop like that.
Cool, man. Just let me know. All right.
Guys, thanks so much for showing up. I'll see you next time. This elevator is going up. Peace.